Hello fellow Star Trek fleet commanders. In today's video we're going to be discussing why every fleet commander should have building a D3 class and a legionary all the way to max on their to-do list by the time that they get to around operations level 34. There are 11 prime researches in the game that you can pick up that require grade 4 uncommon or rare materials that you get from scrapping the level 26 faction ships. That would be the USS Mayflower, the Legionary, and the D3 class. We're going to get into exactly how to do that, why you don't need to build a Mayflower, and which of the prime researches I consider to be the most important 3. So let's get into it. So for those of you who do not know, prime research is the research that has the golden border around it. It usually has prime in the name. In fact, it probably always has prime in the name, hence the name prime research. They are some of the most sought after researches in the game because they usually unlock extremely large, powerful benefits to the player once that occurs. As I stated, there are 11 of them that we can pick up with grade 4 uncommon and rare materials. So we're going to go through what those are real quickly. First, in the combat tree, you can pick up prime defenses and prime piercing. In the station research tree, you can pick up prime repair speed and prime repair cost. If you see here, I am 4 short on that, and I will tell you why in a minute. In the galaxy research tree, we have prime officers, prime 3-star crystal refining, prime 3-star gas refining, and prime 3-star ore refining. And in the outlaw research tree, we have prime 𝗂𝗵𝘁𝗵𝘁. If you'll notice, I have not picked that one up. That is intentional. Prime Stella efficiency and prime rogue credit yield. That is the 11 primes that you could pick up if you maxed and scrapped the D3 class Legionary and or the USS Mayflower. You will require all of those ships if you do want to pick up every single one of those primes without having spent any money. Now, if you have spent some money in the game to pick up those primes earlier, make sure that you take that into consideration. We're going to go ahead and go over what the cost is for all those primes real quickly. I'm going to tell you what my top 3 of these primes are, and we'll explain why you only need to max and scrap a D3 class and a Legionary to pick up all the important primes here. While we're getting into the cost of these primes, keep in mind that is the base cost before your efficiency, research, etc. is taken into calculation. And these are pulled from STFC.space, Ripper's awesome website, which by now, if you haven't heard of it, you should definitely go bookmark it because it will help you tremendously in your gameplay. So first on our list is prime combat defenses. This will give you a plus 100% to the base shield deflection, armor, and dodge for all of your ships, and it will cost you 250 grade 4 refined rare ore to unlock it. Second is prime piercing. Give you a base 100% to your accuracy, shield piercing, and armor piercing for all of your ships. Prime piercing will cost you 300 grade 4 rare refined crystal. Now in the station research tree, we have our prime repair speed. This will give you 100% to the base repair speed for all of your ships. That one will cost you 150 grade 4 rare refined gas to unlock. Next up is prime repair cost. That will add 100% to the base cost efficiency for repairing your ship, so it will make it a lot cheaper to repair your ships. As a base cost, keep in mind, you see on the screen here, I didn't pick this one up, it will cost me 71 crystal to get there, but the base cost is 100 of the grade 4 rare refined crystal to unlock it. The reason I do not have this unlocked is because I did tier up my D3 class and I forgot to level it before I stuffed it in the scrapper. Don't be a noob like Halfdan. Make sure that if you go through the trouble to tier up any ship that you go ahead and level it up before you stick it in a scrapper. Wow. Moving on to the galaxy tree, we have prime officers. Prime officers is a plus 100% to the attack, defense, and health for all of your officers, and it will cost you 100 grade 4 rare refined gas to unlock it. We'll go ahead and lump together the prime 3-star crystal, gas, and ore refining. They will all add 1 refine to your chest, so every time that you go pull a chest for your grade 3 refining, it will add another chest for the usual cost. So if you're used to pulling 3 chests before you unlock this, that last option will still cost you the same amount, but you'll get an extra chest every time that you pull from it. And all of these will cost you 1,000 as a base of the grade 4 uncommon material that matches whichever one you're unlocking. So for the crystal, it is 1,000 grade 4 uncommon crystal to unlock. Our final tree is the outlaw tree here. The first one is prime 𝗂𝗵𝘁𝗵𝘁. This one improves outputs from the augment reputation bundles in the faction store by 100%. So it will double whatever augment reputation you get from the faction store whenever you are working on building your augment rep. Now, if you'll see here, I don't have it researched because I already had my augment rep maxed way before I made it to the stage in the game that you can actually go ahead and scrap these ships. That's why I would consider this one something you don't even really pay attention to. So for the rest of our calculations on what it's going to take to unlock the primes, we're going to go ahead and cut out the base cost of this. I will tell you right now that the base cost is 1,000 grade 4 uncommon gas. Now, the only reason for me to unlock this, if I had the extra Outlaw research credits laying around, would be during an event that requires me to complete research. This is a prime research. It generates 45,000 power, so on any of those research events that you do, it is a large increase to your power. It will help you complete a lot of those events, maybe by itself even. Thank you to Rippers STFC.space for that information. So it's not a complete waste if you go ahead and build a Mayflower anyways and scrap it, as I did. I just went ahead and built them all and scrapped them. But the reason we're doing the video is to try to help keep you from doing exactly what I did. So you can save yourself some faction credits. You can use those to pull officer packs or build one of the epic ships, whatever it is that you want to do. We're trying to be efficient here, so don't spend those credits to get a Mayflower if you don't already have one, of course, if you are not dead set on getting Prime Augment Favor. We've also got Prime Stella Efficiency here, which increased the cost efficiency for unique materials from the Stella by 100%. What that essentially means is in your Rogue faction store, the uncommon, rare, and epic uranium that you get out of here, you'll only need half as much to go ahead and upgrade those components so you can keep tiering up your Stella, which of course you're going to do all the time so that you can max that thing and scrap it once you get the ability to do so for all those Stella particles, so you can continue the almost endless cycle of building and scrapping your Stella so you can unlock all this Outlaw research. And the final research on our list is this Prime Rogue Credit Yield. It improves the output of Rogue Credit bundles in the faction store by 100%. So what that means for me, at the known associate reputation level anyways, my exchange heist loot goes from 410 Rogue Credits to 820. Per chest that I pull. I could go ahead and do a 2 chest pull if I wanted to and get double that, of course. But you'll see these change from the Exchange Heist Loot to Exchange Heist Loot Plus, and Directives, Rep, and Credits to Directives, Rep, and Credits Plus. And then every time that you're pulling those, especially Directives, Rep, and Credits, which I'm sure you're doing every day, Exchange Heist Loot, maybe some people are not doing, but it's a very good idea to go ahead and focus on that prime so that you can get your research credits more often, so you are not stalled out as quickly in your Outlaw research tree. So now that we've discussed the cost, let me go ahead and repair this ship. Nope, missed. Now that we've discussed the cost, I'll tell you which 3 are the most important to me on this list. The absolute most important to make sure that you have is this Prime Officers. That is a big increase to the most important piece of this game, which is your officers. You use them for everything. Your ship abilities, even the ones you don't use that often, are great for your away teams in some capacity. It is very big to go ahead and pick it up. I used to recommend for players, if you were going to go ahead and spend some money earlier on, to go ahead and pick this up. I no longer recommend doing that. This is just a huge increase to your officer stats right out of the box. If you have not got this up to this stage in the game, it will be very beneficial for you to go ahead and pick it up. This is my #1 pick for all of these primes that we're discussing. Second on my list would be this Prime Stella Efficiency. There's pretty much no way that you're going to be able to play this game long term without working on your Stella at some point. There's stuff in here that is just extremely important. A lot of the research in the Outlaw faction tree applies to your efficiency across the board, or all armadas, not just your Stella as a ship or your Eclipse armadas, but every armada that you do. So it is very important to go ahead and start unlocking this tree as quickly as possible and getting as deep into it as you can. By that same token, the Prime Rogue Credit Yield would be my 3rd pick here, because having more of those Rogue credits allows you to get more of the Outlaw research credits so that you can continuously increase your M score for that Stella. And the only one of these that I recommend just completely bypassing would be Prime Augment Favor for most players. You'll only either get points on an SLB, SMS, something like that for it, or pad your power number a little bit if you wanted to. Because I highly doubt by the time that you get to Operations level 34 with a level 34 shipyard and have a D3 class and a Legionary completely maxed out, that you don't have your Augment reputation sitting and allied at the final tier. So I've said since the beginning of this video that you do not need the Mayflower to unlock all this. So let's go over what the grand total would be for all of these primes if you wanted to pick them up. To pick up all 11 of the primes, you would need 2,000 grade 4 uncommon gas, 250 grade 4 rare gas, 2,000 grade 4 uncommon crystal, 400 grade 4 rare crystal, 2,000 grade 4 uncommon ore, and 250 grade 4 rare ore. Now, as we stated, we can delete 1,000 of that grade 4 uncommon gas from our list because we are going to ignore that Prime Augment's Favor research. So now if we look at what we get if we go ahead and max and scrap, that means taking them all the way to tier 9 level 45. Don't be like Dan and get it to tier 9 level 40 and scrap it so that you're sitting there 4 materials short. Hopefully I can pick up some efficiency research soon and finish that one off, because I really don't want to build another Mayflower to do it. But scrapping both the Legionary D3 class completely maxed out will give us 1,556 grade 4 uncommon gas, 244 grade 4 rare gas, 4,486 grade 4 uncommon crystal, so we'll have plenty of that left over, 705 grade 4 rare crystal, 2,965 grade 4 uncommon ore, and 466 grade 4 rare ore. So for anyone checking my math, that does leave us, if we go ahead and negate prime augment favor from the equation, as I've stated numerous times, with a surplus of 556 grade 4 uncommon gas, a deficit of 6 grade 4 rare gas, but with your efficiency research, you will be able to do it, a surplus of 2,486 grade 4 uncommon crystal, a surplus of 305 grade 4 rare crystal, surplus of 965 grade 4 uncommon ore, and a surplus of 216 grade 4 rare ore. So you will have picked up 10 prime researches for the cost of 2 of those ships that you pretty much aren't going to be using very much anymore. You could make an argument for keeping them to do your daily cloakings, but if you were doing your cloakings all the way up to that point, you probably have quite a few of the Tetryon radiation saved up that you get from those dailies to be able to do your research without the need to do that daily every single day. I get by fine doing it on my auger every day, every other day, something like that, just to get those 5 extra points towards your daily missions chest. But you can pretty much go ahead, max and scrap those ships and not really miss them, especially not when you take into consideration the 10 primes that you were able to unlock for it. Totally worth it. So did you know that you could go ahead and build just those 2 ships, max them out, scrap them at operations level, specifically Scrapyard level 34, so that you could pick up 10 primes if you hadn't bought any of them earlier? I do have a spreadsheet I'll go ahead and toss on the Discord server. Link to the Discord is going to be below as always. If you completely disagree with which ones I put as a priority, then leave a comment down below to let me know why you disagree with that. We are always open to correction and debate here. Make sure to leave this video a like. YouTube really likes likes, and it helps this channel tremendously. You guys have been doing an awesome job. This channel is taking off. I'm very, very proud of what we've been able to do here in a relatively short period of time. Thank you so much to this awesome community, as always. But that's it for now. Live long and prosper, my friends, and we will catch you next time.